Welcome back to Avalon and Ninth. Please make sure to subscribe, like, comment, hit the notification bell so you never miss a video. Hello everybody, I'm back with another 52 weeks of Fandom Plan with me. I'm going to talk through because I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do week 18 and 19 together. We're just going to go ahead and jump right in. I am using this rent kit from Triple Threat Planner. I do not know if she still has this in the shop or not, or even if the shop is still opened. I have no idea. None whatsoever. And why did I choose it? Well, I'm going to zoom in just a little bit here if I can do it. There we go. I chose it because my children, all of my children are currently obsessed with Hamilton right now. They have watched it I don't know how many stinking times and have memorized all these songs, which is just absolutely hilarious. I love it. I absolutely love it. Does this have date covers with it? Yes, it does, right there. Jeez, right in front of my face. Okay, where's my date dots? Okay, so we start on the 3rd. I don't think I have any in here. Oh, I have a 9. That helps me out a little bit. Other than that, I don't have anything else in here because I don't need 1s and 2s, so we'll just take a 9. That works. So kids are, oh, come on. Fine. Don't come on. Kids are, oh, she has date dots right here. I like my date dots. So I'm going to use my date dots. Okay, I got to count backwards. Well, there's an 8, so that's good. So they're obsessed with Hamilton right now. They've been watching it a million times and have started memorizing the songs, and they literally go into dance battles. Like, it's absolute hilarity. And it got me thinking, what were some of the musicals that I grew up with? Like, what were ones that like made, you know, me love theater? So my mother put me into a local choir when I was really young. Right around, 5 years old, I want to say. I remember it. I remember being up in the loft area, and I remember, performing, and I remember singing. I remember where the piano was, because it was also a dance studio, so they did ballet classes up there. So if you've ever watched like traditional ballet classes, they have somebody in there playing the piano. So it was that kind of whole setup. And then years later, my husband and I ended up taking dance lessons, or going to a dance thing where you would do like a lesson and then you could stay and do whatchamacallit. You could do stay for the dance afterwards. And so we did that. So that was pretty cool and everything. But anyways, it got me thinking, like, what were the musicals that like turned me on? And I really got back into theater in junior high. Tried out for plays. I was in the coveted spots in choir. No, I will not sing for you. My voice no longer is as good as it was once before. Yeah, just not gonna happen. Sorry, guys. But I remember there was two musicals that were like super popular amongst, at least the people who were in choir where I was at. And that was Rent and Les Mis. So the tryouts that you had to do for the coveted spots in the extracurricular choir team, we did a whole production number on Les Mis. I'm sure my parents somewhere in a box downstairs has a whole bunch of like my tattered and torn like musical things so that we could follow the notes, we could sing this, that, and the other. And it is actually how I taught myself how to play piano, using that music and, you know, just what I had learned in choir and things like that. And I taught myself how to play piano. Sure enough, that seems to be something that runs in my family, because my oldest has taught himself how to play piano. Well, a few songs on the piano. Nothing like where he could read music, and that's where I wanted to learn. I wanted to learn how to read music, so I taught myself how to read music. Turns out my great-grandmother also did the same thing. So it is definitely something that runs in the family. And stuff, and I am totally cool with that. So, but anyways, I remember being obsessed with Rent and singing the songs all the time. I mean, I even had the CD, and I got my husband hooked, and what was it? Quite a few years ago, we ended up going to Rent. It had come to Salt Lake City, where we currently were at that time. And I was like, we have to go. And we were like row 7 or 8 from the stage and dead center. Like, I was like, we are buying tickets. End of story. Ooh. How do you... I'm just kind of wing this and just hope it comes out straight. Yeah, maybe not so much. I just need to just a little bit. I can do this. I can do this, you guys. Or not. Okay. I want that corner to stay there so that I can just move this up just a little bit, and that's better. I'll take it. Excuse me. As I said before, and probably we had not healthy food for dinner tonight. And it had dairy in it, and dairy is not great when you're talking and all of that. We've gone over this before. Okay. What do I want to do? Okay, so I need do I have enough characters? And oh, yes, I do. Okay. Trying to think of what I want to do. Do I want to structure this out? Do I not? You know what? We have not structured things out in quite a while. So I am going to put all of these beautiful fold boxes down at the bottom. I'm not going through any rhyme or reason. I just want the 2 quote boxes at the beginning and at the end of the week. So, but anyways, I turned my husband onto this musical. We would sit and we would jam out to the songs in the car. We would, you know, I just belt him out as high as I could. Like, I loved it. I grabbed the music book off of Amazon at some point and played the songs. Like, I just loved it. And then same with Les Mis. Have the CD, would sing it, belt it out of the top of my songs. I would love to see the musical live and in person. I have the one that they made into a movie that has Hugh Jackman and Anne Hathaway and stuff. Have not yet seen that, but I have it here at home. This has some amazing big deco, so we are definitely going to utilize that in the sidebar. And I'm completely fine with like the lines showing through, guys. Like, this is purely, I know this is 52 weeks of fandom with whatchamacallit, what am I trying to say with this day in history. Goodness gracious. But I want to deco this up because I think this is amazing. Do we have the room here? So I'm really happy that my kids are getting like into musicals. It makes this mama's heart happy. And they just have a great and wonderful time just doing it. Okay, so I only have 6 of these and 3 of these. Okay, I'm trying to decide how I want to put it out for this day in history. Okay. I think I will do majority of these boxes, and then I'll do the flags as well, and we will just mark it here. So I will continue to try and talk while I'm sitting here writing, and then when I'm done writing I will let you know what it says. Yeah. I'm gonna get the tickle out of my throat. Like, I'm not coming down with anything, like I'm not sick, but it's just that, oh, sometimes you just have a tickle in your throat. Okay, so now my kids want nothing to do with me and singing. Like, I know that if I started to become really involved in Hamilton, which I want to see it, and I've heard some of the songs, and I love music, and I love musical theater just in general, that I think it would turn them off, and I don't want that to happen. I want them to still have a love for it and be inspired by it, and no matter what their voices sound like, just enjoy music theater for what it is. And surprisingly, honestly, this doesn't surprise me too much, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, perfect. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and place these headers all the way down the row before I move on. It doesn't surprise me. I'm sure it will surprise my husband, but my youngest son, he actually has a really great voice. He has stopped, like, he gets into it, especially like if you've watched Hamilton, the Lafayette rap, he gets into it really, really like hardcore. But some of the other songs, especially ones that are a little bit slower, that he has to take his time. I'm going to pause and I'm going to read you. On Monday the 3rd, which, by the way, this is May. We're not quite into June yet. I'm catching up here. 1979, Margaret Thatcher became the first woman elected Prime Minister of England. So, when the songs slow down, he has such a good voice. I was really impressed because he does not like to sing, like when we're at church and everything. He will mouth the words or just stay silent. And I think some of it is that he has stage fright. He feels that people are going to judge him or make fun of him, especially coming with 2 older brothers. I'm sure he feels some sort of pressure to be like them, and I don't know why. Because I consistently say over and over again, I don't care what you guys grow up to be. I don't care what you do. As long as you are a good person, whatever you decide to do with your life is your business. And I will support you as long as it doesn't involve crime, hurting a child, or hurting an animal. Literally, we're gonna be good, okay, guys? Like, we are gonna be hardcore good, and we will just keep it, you know, that's what I convey to them. It's something we talk about a lot. She has these cute little bow dividers, so I'm gonna go ahead and use them in like the extra space here. So, but I've seen that Hamilton has kind of helped him become, well, a little bit more open. And is that, like, as a parent, that's all you wish for your kids, is to have confidence in doing what they're doing and everything. So Tuesday, May 4th, 1886, the Haymarket Square riot broke out as a result of a labor demonstration. So if I can keep that, and here's the kicker. My oldest is the one that got involved watching Hamilton first because of one of his friends. He got involved with Hamilton through one of his friends, and that turned my second son on, and he became like obsessed. Like, we're talking like watching daily. But this is, you know, my son that is also on the spectrum, and when he finds something, and I completely understand this, when he finds something that he truly loves and finds a passion for, he like zones in on it. So he's like zoning in on it to, one, analyze what they're doing on stage, and two, to consistently watch the words so he can memorize them and sing them. And he's good. Like, he remembers like almost all of the songs. There's just a couple at the beginning that he hasn't mastered. But yeah, it's absolutely insane. But first, my youngest was not happy with them constantly watching Hamilton. So 2004, Pablo Picasso's Boy with a Pipe became the most expensive painting ever sold. It sold for $104 million. Where did my little dividers go? He was always like, why do you guys have to watch it? Quit watching it. I'm so sick of Hamilton, blah, blah. And then I think he just actually sat down one day and watched it, and it sucked him in hard. And he is singing and he is rapping, and I'm so happy for him. I've suggested that he gets involved in dance. Like, he's a really great dancer, you guys. Like, and I'm not talking like ballet or things like that. I'm talking like b-boy work. So if you know anything about b-boys, like, it's, you know, floor work, heavy duty. Like, it's not ballet, salsa, things like that. So he does not want to. And I think a lot of it just has to deal with it. He's got stage fright, because even at Taekwondo, he has times where he is not comfortable in front of people. And so I think a lot of it just has to deal with stage fright, and over time that will just overcome. He will overcome. I tell you, I am going to get this little tickle right there in my throat, probably because I started talking and I don't talk a lot. As much as I do on these YouTube videos. I have kids, but I have breaks from talking. So anyways, where was it? Yes. Hello, AC. Welcome on. Where was I going to go with that? Yeah. So I think over time he's going to get more comfortable, and I really want to foster, that desire, if he has one, so that he can, you know, hone in his craft and just have a great time. So we will see. Until then, I will let them watch Hamilton 563,000 times, and I will let them sing at the top of their lungs, whether it's in the shower, in the bathtub, in the car, downstairs cooking dinner, wherever it needs to be. I will continue letting them do that, because that just makes this mama heart super, super happy. May 6th, 1937, the German airship Hindenburg blew up and burst into flames at Lakehurst, New Jersey. Did I you know what? I did. This was supposed to be this or that other flag, but I messed it up. But it's all going to work out because then that just means I put 2 of those right here. Yeah. See? Mistakes may happen, but they always work out in the end. Always. Never, never think that everything you do is a mistake, because you never know what kind of beauty will come out of it. So, but if you have any suggestions on how to get a kid to recognize their talents, let me know, because it's really hard. It's really hard for him to put himself out there. And I know when he does, it's going to be amazing. Here's another thing. The first time I started to maybe have an inkling of like his musical like ability, which at our next, where we move, I'm totally making him take piano. Because, well, and here's the thing. They've been playing on the iPad, and on the iPad it has that like GarageBand, and he has been messing around with notes and coming up with his own like sections of music. And it's nothing that I've ever heard. Granted, it's not like I have a music degree either, so I wouldn't know right off the bat. But anyways, 7th, 2000, Vladimir Putin was inaugurated as Russia's president. That makes it 21 years. Wow, that's crazy. It's crazy to think that. But he is playing around with it. And him and my youngest daughter. And I think the reason why for her is because when she's in dance, so she's constantly around music. And so I think it's just something she's finding. And I have played piano for a very long time. When I was pregnant, we bought a piano, and my husband loved to listen to me play. It got broke. It was just like a keyboard, but it broke in one of our moves, and we just never replaced it. And so I really have to stop saying I'm really, really sorry. I recognize it, and I need to be a little bit better. When we moved into base housing down here in where we're currently at, I really wanted to get a piano. We had the room. See, there I go again. We had the room, and I really wanted to bring music back into the house. And so we did, and I played as often as I could. It is also one of the things I do when I'm really stressed. I will sit down at the piano. By no means am I really, really great. I'm not. I've never taken lessons, but it's, I know enough to read some music and to know that I need to practice and things like that. And it's just enjoyable. I don't think you have to be a master composer or, concert winning, pianist to enjoy playing music. You don't have to be writing music in order to enjoy it. The 8th, May 8th, 1978, David Berkowitz, aka the son of Sam, pled guilty to killing 6 people in New York City. Side note, I was watching a thing on HBO Max, called Very Scary People, and they had a 2-part episode on this. It was quite interesting. So what that brings me to is that I think when we get to our next place, I'm going to put all of the kids into piano lessons. Obviously, we'll have to see time, money, who does it, where, things like that. Because I just think he would really love it. I really do. And at the end of the day, I hope he says, "Hey, Mom, I want to go see a musical with you, or I want to go see a play. Like, I will offer it to him, and if he doesn't want to, okay, cool. If he does, I'm gonna be so happy. All right, let me put one of these little bow dividers down into this spare space. I have this spare space over here too, so I'm gonna put one down here, and then I'm gonna tell you what happened on the 9th. 1914, Mother's Day became a public holiday. There you go. Now you know when Mother's Day became a public holiday. So that is week 18 in the books for this day in history. I'm going to move these things out of the way, and we're going to roll right into week 19, which is courtesy of Creating & Co. I've actually had this kit for quite a while. Let's go ahead and start with the date dots before I forget. And we'll go from there. Do I have a 10? Give me a 10. I do have a 10. So, I have had dinosaur obsessed kids forever. It's like, oh, that's not hard to believe. Yeah, no, like obsessed dinosaurs that we've had to buy the trilogy. That's the word I was working for. Words can sometimes be hard. The trilogy to Jurassic Park. We have bought it now. We've bought it twice, and we are needing to buy it a third time because the DVDs get watched so much, and the kids just obsess over them. Like all of my kids, even my youngest, which is a girl, she gets obsessed with dinosaurs. They've all gone through that phase, and I totally support it because, well, dinosaurs are pretty awesome. So I had bought this kit. Oh, this is an old kit. I bought this kit a while ago with the notion, because it does, did I get the birthday, where are the pages for me? Jeez. Did I buy the birthday add-on? I did. I bought it to use for my oldest son's birthday, and it just never happened. And surprise. And now they're all older, and they're just like, ooh, dinosaurs, they're cool. But they look at dinosaurs in a different way now. So, you know, this mama heart's just gonna sigh. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I could totally probably make a week spread out of this because I've got that. So, I don't have any headers. It's the only thing I'm not completely happy about is that I don't have headers. And well, no, the red from, maybe, let's pull it out. Let's pull it out and see, because you never know until you try. Let's see if the red from this month's, I don't think it is. I think the red is going to be too light. I'm trying to find, I have just all these tons of pages. Yeah, the red is just too light for this kit, because this is such a deep, dark red, and I definitely don't have any yellows like that, or greens for sure. And then of course I don't have black. So what am I gonna do? What's a girl to do? At one point I had tons of glitter headers in the shop, and I did have black. So let's see, what can we do? Because I have 1, 2, 3, 4. I have 4. And I really like my headers, you guys. I really like my headers to start off my weeks. We all know that. Okay, let's do here. So I'm going to attempt to slice things is what I'm going to do. And so I'm going to measure, because I believe this is half, which means if I do this and I make my little mark right here. Okay. I should be able to just line it up without getting my head into the thing, and we'll see how well I do here. Okay, I'm gonna eyeball this one because, you know, I like to make things fun. So, okay, I think that is pretty darn good, and then we should be able to. Okay, I don't need this little tiny piece. You can go away. If you have boys, do you remember the show Dino Dan? It was like this, what was he, like an 8-year-old boy who went on, his dad was like a paleontologist, and so he would like see these dinosaurs and he would go on adventures and this, that, and the other. And my oldest was obsessed, and we had an entire birthday surrounded or dedicated around this show. Like, I even, like, we're talking full on gear, like the gear that he would wear in the show, and hats and cake, and I mean, I just went the whole 9 yards. I think it was for like his 5th birthday, I think is what it was for. Look, see, that's not bad. They're a little wonky, but whatever. Don't forget about it. I got this. All right. But I made, this is like when Crickets, like when you had the cartridges for Crickets. If you ever had a Cricket machine and you had the cartridges, yeah. So I had a dinosaur cartridge for my Cricket machine, and I went through and made an entire big flip book for him on all these different dinosaurs. I wouldn't be surprised if we still have that in one of our boxes in the garage. Like, this thing was epic. I really hope we do, because it was the most time-consuming thing in the world. Because if you remember how those things were, especially when it came to like the dinosaurs and stuff, you had to layer things. I spent weeks on that thing, getting it prepped and ready and everything for his birthday, and he was amazed. He had the best time at that birthday. It was one of my favorite birthday parties. The other favorite birthday party that we did was, and I don't need to wipe this out because it is so dark. The other birthday that I had an amazing time with was my second son's birthday, and he what was it, his 5th birthday as well? I can't entirely remember if it was his 5th birthday or not, but we had gotten back from Texas to visit, because we lived up in Utah at that time. We had gotten back from Texas because we went to visit my in-laws, and we had ordered a big old brisket to have shipped to my parents' house, because that's where we were going to have it. And then we had a, we had an Angry Birds party. So the Angry Birds party, we had an Angry Birds cake, and we had all of these balloons in the colors of Angry Birds, and my sister had found these cutout shapes that she printed them all on offline, and we glued them or taped them onto the balloons. It was an amazing birthday party. Amazing. And do I want to do the same thing as I did here, but up here? Do I want to do that? Because I really liked that structured look, and that just kind of feels like my jam right now. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I have one more that I can put down here. Okay, I am going to put the Jurassic Park sign all the way down here at the bottom, and then I think that's what we're gonna do, and we'll do the dinosaur crossing like on Thursday. So I'm gonna turn this to the side because I really suck at placing full boxes when I decide to put them up at the top. See, because then I realize how crooked my header is, and then I can just fix all that. So but the reason for the brisket was to symbolize the pig. And then we had all of the colors of the birds in like those chocolate candied, I know them as sixlets. So think sixlets, but in just massive amounts in the specific colors. And that's what we did for his birthday. It was by far one of, like, between the dinosaur one and the Angry Birds one, it was one of my most favoritist birthdays ever. And I just realized that I put the weekend banner up here, and I'm going to remove that. Hopefully. No, I'm not. Okay. It's fine. It's fine. We're okay. Because it just means we'll just move stuff down. It's not a big deal. Wow, that's really crooked. See? That's why I do it this way. So I can line it up with the line over here and then put it down and realize how crooked my header is so I can change it. Which that means I get to change my date cover. So, we've had some other pretty epic birthday parties. For them, I'm trying to remember one for my youngest son. I want to say we did his like a medieval, like this was like this full on like shield. That's what I'm thinking. Like, and I made the cake that year. Cakes are okay. My sister had helped me out too, and we decided to use fondant, and that was a nightmare, you guys. Fondant is not an easy thing to work with. Okay, so I want to use all of these guys here for my things over here. And then for my daughter's first birthday, we did a breakfast at Tiffany's theme. So, I mean, her name is Audrey. My husband loves breakfast at Tiffany's. We made her this beautiful, beautiful black tutu type gown and big long strings of pearls, and just, I mean, the pictures are just phenomenal for her with her breakfast at Tiffany's. And we did that for 2 years in a row for her pictures. Or did we do it for 3? I can't remember. But we did a breakfast at Tiffany's, and we had like little bags, and we had all the candies in the Tiffany blue color, and we had this beautiful cake for her. And it was just absolutely phenomenal. Okay, Monday the 10th, 1924, J. Edgar Hoover became director of the FBI. Oh. I do have tons of this deco. I am gonna use it to fill up like these empty spaces. I don't need the birthday stuff. I just kind of want to fill in, you know, empty space. So that's all I want to do. Where's my boxes? There we go. So we've had some pretty awesome birthdays, in my opinion. I mean, I'll take it. I'll take it, and I'll take the credit for it. And we've just had a really great time. So, like I said, this was supposed to be for my son's birthday. He's not really a big fan of dinosaurs anymore. And that's because he's, a teenager. In fact, this upcoming Friday, he turns 15, and I'm not okay with it. However, I do already have a kit. That's what I was talking about, because this kit was supposed to be for his birthday a couple of years ago. I do have a kit for him that he specifically asked for me to use in this planner. Dun, dun, dun. You'll see that in future episodes here. So I am just in a chatty mood tonight with this. Apparently I have stories up the wazoo for you about the kids, which that means I probably did a really great job. at planning. And I'm gonna say I did. So I'm gonna take that and I'm going to run with it. Okay. So 1981, reggae performer Bob Marley died of cancer in Miami at the age of 36. Ooh, I do not want to use that one on the same full box. So we will just put it on the back of our hand until a later time. Okay. Well, I gotta move on. Gotta move on. Chatty. That's right. I am chatty tonight. And it could be because I am actually quite exhausted. This has been an interesting week of just adventures. I'm trying to like decide where I needed to write that word. But I mean, the kids have been busy. I've been super busy. I've been working back end stuff. I have been working on getting our house stuff all set up so we can list our house to sell, which to me is just absolutely insane. I totally forgot to put my things down. 1932. The body of Charles and Ann Lindbergh's kidnapped baby was found. That one's always interesting. Like, I've watched a couple of documentaries on that, and it's just so interesting. It's like that one and the JonBenet Ramsey case are all things that just kind of make you go, wait a second here. Wait just a second. And just the way that, you know, like things were done by police and everything, obviously, to have any progress in things have to be done a certain way, and people realize, oh, that's probably not a good way. Let's change things up. So, but I've watched a couple of documentaries on the Lindbergh baby, and it's always a very interesting thing. I enjoy myself a good documentary. If you give me a good documentary, I'm going to watch it. Like, I love a good documentary. So, what was I talking about? Before I totally went like squirrel. I have moments of being like squirrel. Oh, exhausted. Yes. So this week, which is not this week, it's actually like this week here in June. Just exhausted. Kids have been at a summer camp. I have had so much to do getting the house ready. We finally found a place at the next place we're going to, and that has been a whole other thing, and I'm not ready to get into it. I will get into it when I actually do some of that planning here further on. Not right now, because this mama's a little tired, just a little tired. So Thursday, the 13th of May, 1846, the U.S. formally declared war on Mexico after several days of fighting. So, what was this called? This was, and I meant to write it down and I didn't because I wanted to talk about it. Dang it. I'm failing here. So, many of you are probably wondering, like, well, how are you getting all these facts? Here you are talking. I actually write the facts every day in my, like, pen and ink planner that I have, because not everything that I write in my pen and ink planner ever makes it into these planners. And that's just because some stuff is just not stuff that needs to be on here, and that's fine. And so I write them down, and then I have my book next to me so that I can actually write down here. And normally what I do is I film these and then I do the voiceovers, but I'm trying to catch up, and one of the ways that I'm catching up is by just talking through these, because I mean at the end of the day, yeah, the videos would not be as long, but I'm here just gabbing away, and as I'm looking at the time, I'm like, ooh, I need to stop gabbing and move it along. So we're almost done. So yeah, I'm sorry if you are still here at this point. I love you. Thank you. You're amazing. Because I know I just chatted your ear off for almost the past hour. My husband's gonna look at me and go, what the heck were you doing? Like, seriously? You need to rein it in some. 1904, the Olympic Games were held in the U.S. for the first time in St. Louis, Missouri. That happened on Friday, the 14th. So, I'm moving along. Oh, cool. I only have one of these guys left after I do this Sunday, which will mean I need to make sure that I get in there. So I'm going to go ahead and tell you what I'm writing, because like I said, I looked at the time up on my screen and yeah, I'm a little chatty. So nylon stockings went on sale for the first time in the US. Did you ever have to wear nylon stockings? I did. Did you ever have to use the clear nail polish and stuff when like made a snag and it ripped and stuff like that? Yeah, me too. It was amazing. Amazing times. I absolutely abhor nylon stockings and I do not wear them anymore. I will, however, wear tights. If there's a good pair of tights, I will wear tights, but I will not wear nylon stockings ever again. If they ever decide to come back in style, I will burn them. That will be like a bra burning thing. So, okay, I gotta move this so I can actually like write. So, and see what I'm supposed to be writing. 1946. The Irving Berlin musical. Ooh, do you know what this one is? What? See, I had musicals last week that I was planning, and now I'm talking about a musical here. Yeah, see, I think it was just musical all the way around. This was Annie, Get Your Gun. One musical I have not seen. I have heard a lot about it, but it is one that I have not seen. Granted, I have not seen like every musical that is out there. So, opened on Broadway. So, that is week 18 in the books right there. I made it under 50 minutes. Okay, cool. Oh, I still have some decor I gotta put. Maybe not. Perfect. That works. All right, guys. I will see you next time in my next video. Until then, everything will be linked down in the description box below. If this shop is still open, I will link her. But I can't guarantee she'll have this kit because I've had this for like a while. And then I will link Creating a Co as well. All right, guys, I'll see you in my next video. Until then, take care. Bye.